Just look at it like this. If they'd have gave it to me 5 years ago, I would have had Roddy Ricch, Ty Dolla $ign, YG. Anything coming out the West would have been on death row.
Let's get into this episode, and the very, very first part we're going to talk about is Snoop Dogg acquiring Death Row. Now, the crazy thing, for those who watch Wallow and Gilly, shout out to them in the millions worth. I messed up their
$1 million
podcast.
worth of game.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I messed it up. I apologize. But they had Snoop Dogg, and he said this about hopefully having Death Row one day.
Well, Death Row should be in my hands. I should be running that just like I'm in position at Def Jam. Death Row means more to me because I helped create that.
Right.
I think they should give me that, let me run that, put the merchandise out, put the music all over the world.
Oh, my God.
Find some new acts, some new West Coast acts, because there's so many acts. Just look at it like this. If they'd have gave it to me 5 years ago, I would have had Roddy Ricch, Ty Dolla $ign, YG. Anything coming out the West would have been on death row.
Which would have been crazy, by the way.
100%. Yeah.
Crazy. But this is what he said about his new acquisition. Snoop Dogg, now owner of Death Row Records, said, "I am thrilled and appreciative of the opportunity to acquire the iconic and culturally significant Death Row record brand, which has immense untapped future value. It feels good to have ownership of the label I was part of at the beginning of my career and as one of the founding members. This is an extremely meaningful moment for me. I would like to personally thank the team at Blackstone, MNRK, and especially Dave K, because I'm not going to say that full name, who worked collaboratively with me over several months to make this exciting homecoming a reality. I'm looking forward to building the next chapter of Death Row Records."
Yeah, I like that. That's fire. You know, like I think the first lesson that immediately stands out to me whenever I think of something like that happens, and it's always a great advantage for you who are looking to be a part of a team or to even invest in a business. Whenever you see a founding member take back control, in most cases, not all cases, but in most cases, it is a good sign because founding members or people who are a part of the core group, they understand the ins and outs of an industry and of a business model in a way that nobody else does. So when I see something like this happening, for one, there is a personal connection. Like it's something that he obviously cares about. He helped create it. He was a part of it. There is some history there. So he's coming back to it. And then, of course, you look at where he's at today with the influence and just the status that he still has amongst the hip hop community, still super relevant, still very respected in the game amongst a wide variety of artists. So I think he is going to bring a lot of value to that because it almost makes it, I want to say, hot again. It makes it, relevant again because it's like, oh, Snoop is a part of it. And I'm sure a lot of artists are going to want to get behind that because he being an artist, he knows maybe the do's and don'ts that can help someone's music career. So for me, whenever I see something like that, I think of it from a business standpoint, like this could be a good sign because you're getting someone who understands the ins and outs in a way that nobody else does, that's now in control of it. So you can expect some good things from it.
Yeah, that is super iconic for the simple fact that he started there. And it's funny because he recently, and we covered it, the position that he did in Def Jam was like a creative director, right? Mm-hmm. And I think what is great, and I don't know if this was planned, was he probably created that in a very iconic record label in itself. Def Jam is huge, in order to prepare for this acquisition, right? I don't think this was just spontaneous. Not Def Jam. Death Row went bankrupt years ago, and so that Blackstone had them just chilling for a bit, nothing really happening with it. So I think once Snoop got some experience truly being an exec in a huge role in a record label, I think he was like, yo, I could do this. Right? I could do this for the West Coast. So I appreciate, what he's doing, the whole ownership, where I started, I'm actually now owning now. Low key, I want to know what Suge thinks, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. I think this is a great way of what we knew of Death Row can now continue with a more positive light. You feel me? With a more positive light, because there's some craziness that happened with Death Row, but I think this is a good look for it. Congrats to Snoop. Huge congrats, because I think that's big for him, because he's an owner in a lot of things. He's doing
his thing right now. He's doing his thing right now.
It's crazy.
He's doing his thing. And just to speak to our title too, this in a way is like a reversal of someone or a concept that was corporate being brought back into independent. So like there are some examples on the show today where you see people going from independent to corporate, vice versa. I think this is a connection to that too. It's like it was corporate, it was a part of a bigger conglomerate. Now it's brought back and it takes that independent format. So it happens both ways.
Either